Hi, welcome to Joan's sewing room. I almost wanted to say world, but that would have been wrong, right? So, my next project I am going to be working on is a quilt for my niece. And it's going to be a throw, so it'll be like 60 by 50 inches, and she said that she likes dark orange and reds, so I pulled out all my dark oranges and reds, and so I wanted to do kind of like a contemporary modernist type quilt. So it's going to be obviously it's going to just have squares in it, and I'm kind of torn between a quilt that has multiple layers of rectangles, and let me draw it out for you. Let me find some paper here. Let me see. Do I have a pencil around here? Let me grab a pencil. Well, here's one right here. Hopefully it's got lead. Yep, it's got lead. Okay, so one of my patterns that I am looking at, let me just draw a picture of it real quick. Oops. I don't know about you, if you're quilters or not, but I get ideas kind of stuck in my head, I mean, like for quilting. That's what I'm talking about. And so I'm drawing this out on a craft paper. Or not craft, but so what this is, all right, so it's a big square. I don't know, it might be like 10 by 10, maybe 12 by 12 squares. And so let me color this in here because this is supposed to be black. And this is supposed to be black. Okay. All right, so it's kind of like this. I know that's kind of hard to see. And it's probably not exactly how the pattern would go. But this one would be like, this is a square, kind of like a square. I put circles in it. And then this one, let's see. I'm just gonna draw another square or another line down here. Okay, so that looks better. Okay, So what it's going to have, let me show you here. Let me get up closer so you can see. So this is an idea. So what this is, obviously in the background where the dark is, right there is black, okay? These are black. These squares are going to be sitting over the top of the black. And then these other squares will be, I don't know, gray, something like that. So that's one idea. That's something like I saw. And maybe, yeah, I kind of like that. That's more contemporary to me, modernish contemporary. And so what, with that particular type of pattern, I want to kind of think of, I'm thinking of something like this. So it have two prints in each one. Okay. So this is, you know, obviously to me it's contemporary, modernish, you know, it can go either way. And then you have something like this, a plaid. And of course the colors are all going to go together. Now, you know, sometimes you wouldn't put a leaf pattern with, you know, something like this. But I'm just saying, so what I'm, break that. So what I want to do is kind of mix it up. So here is a stripe, okay? Maybe a stripe can go with a leaf, okay? And they would be kind of like, they're all going to be the same size. All the fabrics are going to be the same size. So let's say they're going to be 4 inches wide, except for the black and the white. The ones that are going to go in the front are going to be the same size. So I'm thinking 3 inches. I'm thinking 3 inches by, I don't know, what is this? 3 inches by, 3 inches by, let's say 3 inches by 12. Okay, so this is 3 inches by 12 approximately. Okay, like that. All right, and then you take this piece, 3 inches by 12, and you kind of like, you have one going in, you know, you can have them both going in the same direction. I saw this on as a pattern. Looked very simple. And then you take this one to go with it. So it could either go this way or it could go that way. So I'm kind of thinking in that that pattern. So I like I said, I went through all my fabrics that were orange and red. Some of them I have dark orange, and here's more of a yellow orange. I do have reds in here, and then I have geometrics. So, and then also I have this one, which is really cool. I really like that. So that's what I'm thinking. Or, and I really like that idea because it would be, I don't know if it would take up the whole quilt. Maybe it'll go right down the center. Or maybe it could be like steps. So I could here, like, here's the quilt. And then I would put my quilt patterns, maybe like steps going across and down, maybe. I'll show you that in a second. I'm just kind of throwing ideas out there because I haven't really decided. So I know their house too has 3 floors. Okay, so it's like when you walk in, you go downstairs and there's the bedrooms. And then, but the main floor when you walk in is like the kitchen and the living room and the garage. Then you go upstairs and then there's more bedrooms. So I think it's like 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, something like that. So I was thinking something like this because it kind of reminds me of her house. And if you put like these colorful squares in the center, and then you have like maybe gray here or black here, that would be really cool, I would think. You notice I cut my hair? I don't think it's going to get any shorter though. My husband goes, "It's too much hair, cut it off." I said, heck no. It was down to here. And then, you know, I layered it, which I wish I would have never done because now my bangs are, you know, shorter. So, and then the other day I was working outside in the really hot sun and oh, by the time I got in, I was just so hot. My face was bright red. Not as red as this, but about as red as this. And I thought, holy cow. Did I get a sunburn? I mean, I was like freaking out. And then so I came in and I was just so hot. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, where are those scissors? And what did I do? I just started snipping, and so I've cut it. I just don't go to beauty shops because I went to beauty college, and I figured I spent a year at beauty college. Do I really want to? So I just snip it myself. And then when I'll wash it, I'll find some long hairs and I'll just go in and reclip those. So anywho, so I'm kind of thinking this way because it reminds me, and I don't know if you can see that. Let me get it up closer. Kind of like that idea. I think that would be kind of cool. I do have a quilt like that already, but it's the wrong colors. And I didn't make it. Somebody else made it, and they just didn't finish it. But it looks like steps in a way. So then I was thinking another one. Now this one I've seen before, and I don't really like it, but one of the gals on YouTube, she made a quilt, and it was like, she used 2 different sizes. One was maybe 2-inch wide strip. And all through this quilt, the 2-inch strip would be 2 inches, maybe by 5 inches. Okay. And then she would put another piece next to it that was maybe doubled. So it'd be 4 inches. Because you got to figure too, when you are sewing a quilt, you're using like a 1/4 of an inch on each side to make a seam. So this 2.5 or 2-inch strip is now going to be 1.5 inches because, you know, 1/4 and 1/4 makes a half, right? So then she would use a 4-inch, and so it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now I kind of like this idea, but she had this one particular one I saw had a ton of different, you know, they were all the same, but they were all, you know, they were offset. It was an offset. So offset means your lines do not line up, your seams. So let me show you. So you would I will show you what I'm talking about. Oops. I'm really good at drawing, even though I'm using graph paper, I'm really good at drawing crooked lines, so it's the way I am. Okay, so this one would be a small one. Anywho, so it's an offset pattern like that. And that's the whole entire quilt is like that. And so what you would do is you would cut all your pieces, your 4-inch, the 4-inch would be 4 inches wide by 5 inches long, or 6 inches, depending on how you want the length. And those would all be stacked, okay? And then all your 2-inch or your 2.5-inch, whatever you make it, will be in another stack. And so what you do is you just take them to your sewing machine and you're just sewing them all the width together. The whole entire thing. So, you know, you might have, I mean, it sounds really easy, right? And then you go in and you just cut them to the width and the length of the quilt. I thought about that one. But to me, it was too busy for me, for my head, to even wrap my head around it. Maybe if you going for a smaller quilt like a quilt, lap quilt or a baby quilt, maybe something like that because of bright colors. But when you're doing a throw, I don't think I could handle that. Or even to make it. So I'm kind of thinking more like this. And maybe if I do it like that, maybe I could add, maybe make it into a box, you know, like, you know, you've seen where boxes, you know how a kid's block in a block form. So you would have your sides, and then you have your top. So it's more geometrics going on in this quilt than something like this. So you have more geometrics going on with more color. And you could kind of do that all the way through the quilt. But so this is basically what I do when I'm looking for a quilt design. I draw it out on graph paper to kind of get an idea. Now I have a good feeling about that because it's not really busy like this one would be, you know, with the, so I'm thinking about going with that, and I think it would be a good idea. Maybe not exactly like that, but similar to that idea. So while I got your attention, when I went the other day, I haven't been to the Catholic store in ages. I mean, like weeks. So I did pick up some more fabrics, and I'll show you what I got. I got 3 good size bags. Excuse me, my nose is running again. And I will bring them over here to you. I've already stole things from these bags. Let me grab a tissue real quick. I've been tearing into my fabrics again because I'm going to be leaving soon, and I needed to make up 2 more purses, And I made up, let me show you real quick. This one. Okay. All right. So I made up this one. My daughter loves this print. So I made her that. And then her roommate, I gotta go with a present for her roommate. And so she likes the blue jean print. So I didn't have any blue jean, but I had this. And it's like blue jean, you know, all over with little red, you know, scarves coming out of the pockets. It's pockets. And then it has the red and white inside. But what I was thinking of sewing this on the outside as a trim, because it's already frayed. See, it's frayed all the way around. And I thought, ooh, I really like how that frayed looks, you know? And it's kind of a fun purse. It's not, you know, something that, I mean, you could go shopping in it, which would be great. But I was thinking it would be cute to have this sewed all the way around the outside. And I just think it would be really, really cute to have that. So I'm going to go with that. Hopefully she'll like it. And if she doesn't like it, oh well. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be cute. So these fabrics here, so this whole bag here, it's all cut up fabrics I got for $6.50. And there was more in it, but I've already stole from it. So and you know, it's all these different fabrics that I would probably never buy. But what I like about them, I mean, this was somebody's stash that was in their closet. And maybe, you know, they just gave up on sewing, or maybe they ended up in a nursing home, or maybe passed away, whatever. But these are all salvaged fabrics that I have. All these are salvaged. None of them I paid full price, except maybe one or two. Okay, so I thought, oh, this is cute. I like that. It's little roses. Pink and kind of reddish roses. But anyway, it's just all kinds of fabrics that people have been saving, you know, after they've done a quilt or something. And I love this. I mean, like this, you know, it's not a whole lot to work with, but it's enough. Some of them there is quite a bit. Here's some white. It's got a print on it, I think, yeah. And then this is pretty cool. This has a cat on it. It looks like a lion. There's a lion on there. There's a lion's head on there. And then there's this gold. Gold and black. I love that. I love, you know, I just love things like this. I rather have, you know, non-traditional prints I love, or batiks. Now this is a batik because it's hard to see where's the back and where's the front, because it's all the way through. So that's what a batik is. This one right here is Las Vegas. A Las Vegas print. I wonder if they made a shirt or a dress or something out of that. Makes you wonder, right? And then here's some fabric. Let me make sure. It's got French fries and tomatoes, and I guess something you do for like a hamburgers or yeah. Anyway, so there's just all kinds. Here's some dark orange. I could add that to this quilt, see? And let me see. Just tons. Now here's some greens. And different color greens. And, you know, they kind of blend. Isn't that pretty? That's why I like to, you know, I really like this because I would never go into a store. For one thing, to go buy brand new fabrics, you're not going to pay $6.50. Maybe for one fabric. And I remember when I first started buying this, my husband would go, you know, that's so much. I said, you know what cost a lot? This is what cost a lot. For me. For us. It's when I bought Minky. Now this is just a piece because I've used the majority of it. This stuff cost $20 a yard. I got it to make it for Madison's quilt. I love it. You know, it's nice and soft, and that's what she wanted. But I got it on sale, and I think we saved like $4 off of each yard. I bought 8 or 9 yards of it. Never worked with it before. It's called Minky. I'm sure a lot of you sewers have, but with me, I had never. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But anyway, so what I'm just saying is there's a bunch of fabrics in here. Fabrics like this. You know, just tons and tons and tons of fabrics. Black and white polka dots. You know, and it's a fair amount. You know, I could make some doll clothes with this or something. By the way, I talked to my granddaughter, and she said, thank you, Grandma. I just love the cute outfits you made from my doll. So it made my heart really feel good. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So I have lots of fabrics here, and I'll need to go through them all and put them in colors. Here's some with at least a yard, maybe 2. So it just has, like I said, lots of fabric for, you know, $6. Yellows. So quilts. I mean, all the fabrics here that I'm going to make my niece a quilt from is remnants that I've gotten from the Catholic store. So, and the Catholic store, because I keep on saying it, it's like a Goodwill. But all their money that they make there stays here in Augusta. It's not worldwide. It's like a Salvation Army. They sell secondhand, you know, things. Furniture, fabrics, clothes, shoes, books, dolls, toys, you know, pictures, everything, you know, everything you'd find in Goodwill, this is what they sell. But like I said, the money stays here in this city, and it goes to social services. It goes to unwed mothers. You know, it helps them. So it's all good. It all works out good, and you can really save a lot of money. My daughter-in-law just bought a couch that she's been eyeing, and yesterday it was for sale for $50, and it had to go that very day. And she went in, and my husband said, hey, that couch you like is only $50 now. And before, I guess it was $200. So it was, yeah. So she bought it. So yeah, you can find some great bargains. So this is one of them. These are all cottons. Ugh. This one right here are flannels. Now, somebody obviously was going to make a quilt, or these are just pieces that she ended up cutting off of another quilt. And so this is gray with white polka dots. This one is gray with wolves all over it. And there's some more of it. And then this one is blue with gray and white and green clouds. No, bushes. I guess bushes. Yeah, bushes. So yeah, somebody had cut that off from their quilt. This looks like it was made, maybe this was a sashing from a quilt. It's red and white. Oh, cool. And then there's some girl stuff, you know, Eiffel Tower and soccer balls, different types of balls, little girl stuff. So yeah, I would think that this might have been somebody's, you know, they finished the quilt and they had all this left over. A lot of this is just leftover pieces from quilts that they had made. But it's not like you can't use it again. You know, it's better to come here than to go in the landfill, right? And this bag was only $1.50. Yeah, $1.50 for all this flannel. And it's all ready to go for me to make a quilt out of it. I can think of 2 people I can make quilts out of that for. 2 little babies. Okay, and then there's this one, and this was $2. I guess it kind of depends on who is marking the fabrics at the time or the prices on these, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Sorry, but it's got tape on it. But these all look pretty cool. Ugh, there we go. All right, so here's some plain yellow, and this is flannel again. So these are all flannels. Solid flannel. Yeah. Oh, here's some of that red flannel, just like the other red. Maybe it came from the same person, huh? Here's some more. Let's see what the pieces are like in here. Oh yeah, I think this was, and they cut, maybe they cut it off. Or it's a giant bandana. But I think it was cut. You know, maybe it was cut for a quilt, or maybe it was cut off of a quilt. I don't know. I have no clue. But to me, there's lots of fabric there. And then, oh, this is cute. Now this would be a nice little baby blanket. Look at that. In fact, I think it was. You know, maybe they were making baby blankets. It's cute. I don't know why that was in there. But maybe that's what they were going to do. This one has roses on it. It's pretty. Roses with green leaves. Oh, it's so pretty. Cream, old-fashioned. You got your stripes. You got your peace signs. Some daisies. And there are more daisies. Those, maybe those, yeah, those are daisies. And then you get more daisies. So yeah, I just feel so
The time is now 4 p.m.
delighted with that. So I don't know if I'm going to get another video out before I leave. I leave on Wednesday, the 28th, to go to Oregon. And I'm planning on going to the ocean. So when I'm down there at the ocean, the Oregon coast, I will video it so I can share with you how beautiful the Oregon coast is. I've been there many, many times because I used to live there. And it is just gorgeous. So I will take some videos of that and some other places around. That'll be interesting to you. But I will be back on the 5th, and I probably won't be filming on the 5th or the 6th, because the 6th we're not going to have power for about 5 hours, because they're going to be hooking up our solar panels out there on our roof, and our power will be off for 5 hours. Hopefully it won't be a hot day because we won't be able to use any electricity for our air conditioner or anything, you know. We'll just be roasting in the house. Hopefully they'll come early in the morning, maybe around 6, and then we won't, you know, feel, you know, have problems with that, the heat. But anyway, we had a nice retrieve, I guess you could say, on the heat. Yesterday morning, I opened up the door and it was like 65 degrees out in the morning, and the grass was kind of wet, you know, the dew from the cool night. Every night here lately, well, throughout the summer, it was in the 70s. You know, or 80s, you know. It's like, gosh, it's 90 and it only drops 10, you know, 10 points, and it's only 80 at night. So anywho, okay, well, it was good talking. I hope you enjoyed what I shared to you, and I will see you soon. And if you like my show, not my show, but my videos, and you enjoy watching me sew and all that jazz, getting new ideas, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. You can share my videos, and there's also a bell, and if you ring the bell each time I post, it'll notify you that I'm posting. So I hope this all kind of makes sense, that what I'm doing. And I will, like I said, I'm planning on starting a quilt when I come back. And this will be a piece quilt. And I will explain how I got my ideas and where I'm going with it. And I will be putting it up on the board and making a pattern and all that. So I will see you next time. And I hope you have a, you know, good time during the times that I'll be absent. Anyway, good seeing you all again today, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Come on, clicker. I know you're working. How about if I go this way? It's not working. It's blinking. Probably needs charging, huh? All right, I give up. I guess I'll just manually turn it off. Goodbye.